Well, that's a very big, large broom. Yep, poking this one. Okay. For a 4-game sweep of the Seattle Mariners. And if you've not noticed, the room is stripped down. Now, filling in some holes, trying to get everything ready to paint, and I hope to get this thing all set up and done by about the month. By the end, it'll take about a month, maybe less, hopefully, but overall, it's going to be a process, and you guys will actually be seeing the process as it goes along, so that's pretty cool. But the Blue Jays sweep the Seattle Mariners and win their 5th straight game on a walk-off home run by Kevin Pillar, his first walk-off home run of his career. What a game. The big story, Aaron Sanchez back for the Jays, and, everyone fingers crossed that he doesn't, something else doesn't happen to his nail or what. There was a sign of blood on his pant leg. You did see that. Little scary, but nonetheless, he looked okay. He said he was good. He sounded fine. He only went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 run. It wasn't an earned run. Walked a couple guys, but he struck out 4 and did a pretty solid job overall in his return. Dominic Leone came in, did an inning in the 3rd, gave up that home run to Gerard Dyson and walked the batter. So not the ideal for Dominic Leone, but overall not too shabby. And Ryan Tepera closed out the game with 2 1/3 solid innings. As he didn't give up a run, he didn't give up a hit, he didn't walk a batter, he struck out 2 guys. He was huge. But we're gonna break this down, kind of play by play as we go along here. Because the Jays were down 1-0 for the longest time. It was, it happened in the 5th inning. It was 1-0 in the top of the 5th, and I'm thinking, their pitcher was pitching a darn good game, and, so were we. So was Sanchez. Then he gives up the 1 run. I'm thinking, darn. But then we get to the bottom of the 6th with Justin Smoke at the dish. He hits a ball to the gap. It went to the gap, but it left the yard fast. That was a line drive. Line drive is an understatement. It was a laser beam out of here for a 2-run shot for Justin Smoke. He continues to hit the ball extremely well. And the Jays had a 2-1 lead at that point. And then, like I said, Gerard Dyson in the 7th inning gets that run right back. And that's where I say I get frustrated. In the bottom of the 6th, you score 2 and you take the lead. But then in the top of the 7th, you give that run right back. And that's what frustrates the heck out of me. But they didn't give up anything else until the 9th, where Pillar got a 1-1 fastball and drilled it to deep left center, or more or less left field. And wow, what a moment. What a time it is right now to be a Jays fan. As, all these players are out. You see Aaron Sanchez come back. Okay, it's a little bit of good news. He pitches a good game. The Jays get the win. You see Steve Pearce go down, but, he hasn't done a whole lot this year. But if you're thinking about dollars, yeah, you lost some more money, which is frustrating as heck. But we don't know to the extent of that injury he had in that game, right? But, man, this team has continuously surprised everyone. No one expected to sweep this team coming in. We knew the rotation was depleted, but did we expect to physically sweep them in a 4-game set? No. The Jays have now won 5 straight games. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They're only 4 games under 500, 17-21. And if you look back at the last 3 years for the Jays, 2015, they were 17-21 at this point that year. But, you could arguably say, well, they made those big trades and went on a ridiculous streak. Yeah. So you could kind of say, oh, okay. Last year they were 19-19 at the season. Not a big difference. 2-game difference. That's not too crazy. And the team is just playing really, really good. So let's just keep the ball rolling. If we're looking at positives from this game, Jose Bautista, he didn't get a hit, but he walked twice and he came around to score. Morales was 1 for 4. Justin Smoke, like I said, he was 2 for 3 with the home run and 2 RBIs, obviously, and came around to score. He's hitting 274 on the season. I'm waiting for this guy to slow down, but I don't see it happening right now. And Devin Travis was 2 for 4 in the game. Good to see his bat coming along a little bit. And just great things. The bats weren't there today. But they were clutch hits. But there wasn't an onslaught of runs. But the bullpen was solid. And Sanchez gave the Jays a good start. That is very good for the boys. I mean, they looked real solid. I'm proud of them for coming away with this win. I'm not going to look at the standings, because we're not even close yet. We're not even 500. Once we get to 500, maybe we start looking around at the standings and see how we're doing. So, now that we have swept the series of the Seattle Mariners, we've got to move on. We play a 2-game set at home and a 2-game set on the road against the Atlanta Braves. Mike Bolsinger gets the ball in Game 1 tomorrow against Big Sexy himself, Bartolo Colon. That's going to be fun. Man, I don't remember the last time I saw him pitch against the Jays. That's pretty cool. And Jaime Garcia going in Game 2 for the Braves, and Marco Estrada going for the Jays. Then we're going back in Atlanta. Excuse me, I completely forgot who we were playing. Joe Biagini getting the ball there, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name. Nope, I'm not even going to try. You guys can look it up and say, oh, yeah, I see why. He's going in, I guess you could say, Game 3 of the series. And in the finale, Julio Teheran versus Marcus Stroman. So we have, if it stays the same, we avoid R.A. Dickey. And then after that, we go to Baltimore for a 3-set. And if the boys can keep rolling, going into Baltimore, things could look good, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video and you enjoyed this game and you enjoyed this series, hit that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Thank you guys for 700 subscribers. It happened just, what was it, this morning or last night? Something like that. I really do appreciate all that. And let's keep going. Let's go for another 100, all right? So, comment down below. What you guys think of this game? What are you guys thinking of the Jays playing right now? Or how they're doing right now? And, how fun was this game to watch today? That was great, all right? So, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow night as the Jays, like I said, are still at home, taking on the Atlanta Braves. Mike Bolsinger, Bartolo Colon, Big Sexy's in town. We'll talk to you guys then.